Hi all. So Veena is here with something new and something different with you all. So actually, here I am with a poem that is written by a famous poet, Rabindranath Tagore. It's there in the 10th standard textbook, but actually, apart from that, I would like to share it to you all because this is a very heart-touching poem, which I had liked a lot, and I used to read some of his poems that is translated in English as possible because the words he write, the way he expresses it, it's like we can feel it from our deep heart. So here I've taken up the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear, actually, especially it's for standard 10, but still I've taken up. Now, speaking about this poem, is that it's taken from the Tagore's English poetry collection, Gitanjali. The only Indian Nobel laureate in literature, Rabindranath Tagore is and must be considered as one of the greatest Indian writers. Normally, he used to write in Bengali. Later on, he himself translated most of his works into English. He used the shades of Indian history, philosophy, religiosity, and above all, patriotism in most of his literary outputs. The present poem is also the one of the converses with God for an ideal nation. Now, this poem has some lines written on it, which was actually written by Rabindranath Tagore before India got its freedom, the time where the fight was there at its peak with Britishers and all. So he was at one area feeling for, craving or pleading God to get all things back safe, and the future generation should also live a peaceful life once we achieve the freedom. So God, please help us in achieving India's freedom was his main thought behind this poem. But apart from that, I would speak not only freedom. When you read this, you will come to understand even our daily life when we come up with various obstacles or various things or various situations, we should understand the lines, and even from our side, we can plead to God and help us to guide. Now, here, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Explaining about the lines over here, I would come up with where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Now, here he speaks that a person who is truly independent should be allowed to think freely without any fear. People's like people normally live with dignity, and they should live it thoroughly throughout the life till they end up. They should live without fear. It brings a healthy life for them. People should live a life which has no fear in it. Coming up with fear means you'll not have the confidence to achieve or to fulfill your wish. If you wish to get something from someone or from your life itself, do it confidently, do it, just go for it, don't wait. It gives the people a taste of death before the ultimate demise of the body. If fearful expense of lives yields no meaning in life, where knowledge is free. Now, the poet suggests a very important aspect of freedom. He wishes that for such a nation where people would have access to free education, the line might suggest so. Now, Tagore normally suggests, according to me, is like imparting free knowledge, irrespective of caste, culture, and creed, shall serve the real purpose of education. Hence, spreading it to the last person of society, if you can, is would be like to shape and make the bricks for the entire development of the nation. The line also suggests that knowledge should not be corrupted with prejudice or preoccupations of any kind. Next, when I speak about where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, here poet prays to God for such a nation which remains undivided, where there is no possibility in the present as well as in the future of partition within the country. The poet seemingly suggests against any kind of division by domestic walls with caste, creed, religion, beliefs, political alignments, and many more. And also with narrow minded people, which we still have in our society. I also sometimes think that why people have narrow minded? Why can't they openly think about anything, practically come up with the solutions? But it may happen one day or so, where words come out from the depth of truth. Now that's very important when I speak about the words that should come from, that should be true enough. The poet's word suggests that the visions for a country where people only speak the truth in any condition would help the country to achieve all its targets. Similarly, for one's life as well, when we are with someone or something or to some work or to some targets, always be towards honesty, always have truth in yourself, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. Now, here Rabindranath Tagore hints that Lord inspires a nation where people should move forward steadily for a combined effort with firm determinations to avoid any kind of ailment and impurity in their behaviors or manners. The countrymen should strive for betterment in all aspects of human world. A march towards perfection which is decorated with tireless efforts and hard work. This is what the poet suggests here actually. Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into a dreary desert of dead habit. Now, in these two lines, the poet requests to the deity, that is Lord, that is or I could say Ishwar, as to impart reason and logic, enlighten the minds of people so that they would not leave the path of reason to carry out their day-to-day affairs. Nothing should become a part of the life which is accepted as a habit without any reasoning involved. Now, next. The lines that are coming are where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Now, here the poet requests to Lord that only you can lead such a nation to success. People would be moving forward with actions guided by crystal clear thoughts which often yield positive results. Thus, the poet sums up that prayer with final words that he wishes his country, India, that is our country, should awake and taste the heaven that freedom can bring to us under the guidance of Lord by any way, by pleading him to into knees. So here we complete the explanation of the first poem of Standard 10, which is not only a part of Standard 10 poem, but it's somewhere there in our minds also when we live in a society and we need things to be practical, things to be, from a heart or brain rather than coming up with various thoughts that are not actually required in one's personal life. But still, we can fight the obstacles. We have someone above us who is guiding us to lead a good and easy life. We have sorrows, we have happiness, but yes, if we strive hard, as you sow, so shall you reap. At last, it ends up there. So, here I am done with it, children. We'll meet you soon with something next and more and wonderful and meaningful things. So, meet you soon. Bye. Have a nice day.